What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back for a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is for season 7, the reunion part 2. So, honey, let's get off into it. So, the episode picked up where it left off with TISHA accusing KEKE of cheating on her man cheating on her. And, honey, that damn KEKE didn't deny anything, honey. I sure have. I sure the hell did. Do it, bitch. I love KEKE. I love KEKE because KEKE never disappoints. And KEKE answered that question, honey, the way that I knew she would as a lady that don't give a damn. But see, TISHA, I know you think you are spraying KEKE, and I know the previews made us all look at it like that, but that ain't what Miss Robinson took for it. Took from the situation, I should say. TISHA, if anything, you need to be taking a page out of KEKE's book by just telling the truth. You don't do that. You got that imposter syndrome. You're too busy trying to play a character that you think that everybody will like. And I don't know what character you playing because don't nobody, want to be friends with the copy and paste queen. Okay, but even though, I'm sure people are giving KEKE the side eye for, the little extra curricular activities, honey, that her and her husband partaketh in, honey, in their marriage. We like the honesty. We like the transparency of it. She's like, yes, I wasn't always faithful in my marriage. My husband wasn't always faithful. Okay, like these things, they really did happen. And TISHA, you could learn a lot from KEKE because it seemed like just last year at the reunion, it took everything for you to admit that Marceau was being inappropriate with a woman over text. They had to really dig that up out of you because you love putting on a show, putting up this facade like your marriage is perfect. Okay, and we all know it's not. It's on the first floor. She even paid for her man to go out on a date with somebody even when they first started dating. And your point is, I love KEKE. That Stormy was looking at TISHA like, girl, I'm gonna get you. TISHA, girl, you in trouble, honey. The girls are going to be plotting next season. And all I got to say is you better keep that same energy. Okay, you better keep that same energy because, TISHA, this whole season, you've been moving like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, who the hell is this? This another character that you done pulled out the crack of your ass, okay? Well, in your case, you like stealing other people's identities, honey, okay? And making it into your own, so, child. That KEKE called TISHA a stupid, dumb trick. Stormy was cracking up. I was cracking up. She like, at least I own my shiggity, honey. Yes. Your head too damn big for you to be that damn dumb. I know that's right, KEKE. Get her. She on the ropes. Here go TISHA. TISHA got to saying, well, KEKE still married her husband. That's not a dig. You still married your husband. Okay, even though, do I have to go down the list with you, TISHA? I think I do, because you didn't forget. Even though The man just now taking you and the kids to Africa. Before that, what? He went by himself. Y'all didn't even spend y'all last anniversary together. You said y'all was separate. Okay, the man that kicked you out of your office. The man can't get up to say a few kind words. The man refused to renew his marriage vows, like all up in the Vegas, honey. Like, we ain't forgot, TISHA. TISHA. So they caught TISHA in a lie, by the way she says things, because she's a liar. I told y'all. She made it look like the date was arranged. Remember, she said that KEKE paid for the date of her then boyfriend at the time for him to go out on a date with another woman. That's how TISHA said it. And I'm so glad that Melody and Martell, they caught that shiggity. Okay? And she got to looking all stupid. Yeah, because you sitting up here lying. She had gave her then boyfriend money that day and then caught him out on the date later. And I guess he had used that money, to pay for the dates. And then KEKE went off on him, acting crazy, honey. But yeah, do y'all see how TISHA is willing to just lie? And then all that lying she did this season about KEKE still being on drugs. So TISHA come out with this paperwork of the conversation, I guess, that she had with KEKE. And long story short, she felt like KEKE didn't have her best interests at heart. So TISHA says 2 days, I guess, before the barbecue, she heard the conversation with KEKE and the guy. TISHA claims that KEKE begged the man profusely about what he had on Marceau. I guess the guy wanted to get everybody all on the phone. So TISHA says that she then talked to KEKE about the conversation she heard, and KEKE denied talking to the guy about her and Marceau and their marriage, and that's why she decided to throw in the towel, when it came to their relationship. It's like, TISHA, girl, shut up. Okay, you sitting up here talking about KEKE, she's not a benefit to you. You ain't no benefit to her. Shit. Then TISHA began saying that she felt like KEKE is using her to stay relevant on the show. Girl, she ain't using you. Okay, she just happens to be related to you by blood. And I feel like there's more to this story. I was not buying all the stuff that TISHA was saying. And for some reason, Carlos was not asking her any follow-up questions. And I really would like to know why these Scotts are always protected. Okay, make it make sense. But TISHA, when KEKE tried to talk to you face to face about the situation, you still refused to talk to her because you didn't really want to know the truth. I do believe that the way you have ran out of scenes, and my issue with you, TISHA, is you could have mentioned all of that on the show. You kept running out of scenes. You kept refusing to talk about KEKE. You ignored her at the barbecue. That's why you got that damn drink on you. And it's giving performance, you guys, for the reunion. That's what it's giving. So then Carlos asks Melody and Kimmy, do they feel like TISHA is just in denial about what she, was being told by KEKE? Like she didn't just want to hear, the information. Hell yeah, Carlos, why you asking dumbass questions? Okay, her ass is in denial. She denies, she deflects. Okay, she lies, her and her husband, honey. Child was cracking up when Melody was like, you go, Kimmy. And then Kimmy was like, no, Mel, you go. Y'all know her ass is in denial. And Stormy was like, she is in denial, honey. Okay, that's the face that Stormy was making. Kimmy stays true to the Scott contract that she signed to always have Tisha's back and take her side. Okay, I want the Kimmy back from, what was that, season 4? The Kimmy that said, I would never be friends with this heifer if we were not related through marriage. I want that Kimmy back. Okay, but she feels like Tisha is pretty much over it. Tisha is the type of woman that she can dish it, but she can't take it. I told y'all there are enough red flags in this marriage for her to want to leave. We shouldn't just focus on if Marceau cheated. In my opinion, that's the least of our worries. Okay, and Melody knows that too.
I think it's a lot. I think it's been a lot. I do feel like Tisha bald-head ass would never leave Marceau. I think she can, talk a good game, but at the end of the day, her ass ain't going nowhere, Maybe, God didn't tell her to go yet. But for real, though, I just feel like 9 times out of 10, you want something concrete. You really need some proof, some type of evidence. I just feel like that's where Tisha is, and she just feels like, she hasn't had anything concrete. And, at the end of the day, she really ain't about that life. She a weak-ass bitch. Yes, absolutely.
Child, Carlos was playing at this reunion, honey. He get to asking he get to asking KEKE, well, what about Tisha makes her dumb? What about Tisha makes her an idiot? The fact that she felt the need to copy and paste Stormy's business shipping address and all that type of stuff, okay? And she had no shame about it, okay? The fact that this heifer has copied all of Melody's business ideas, like I felt like I wanted KEKE and Stormy to drag Tisha's ass at this reunion, and they didn't really do it. Okay, I mean, KEKE had a little something, but I felt like she was easy on her, okay? I would have went for blood. I would have laid into her ass, okay? KEKE says, all I can say is, knowing me, why all of a sudden would I make up things to try to ruin their marriage? And Marceau says to be relevant on television. I am relevant, bitch. Do it, bitch. Oh, I love KEKE. She's very passionate. KEKE accuses Marceau of going out here spreading her business, and he's sitting up there laughing. So they get to talking about the drink that KEKE threw on Tisha. Carlos gets to saying, honey, when Melody threw that drink on Martell, I think we all said, girl, go ahead. Go on and do it. That's right. Shit. He deserved that drink on him.
Absolutely. He definitely deserved it.
They get to talking to KEKE about her erratic behavior. Carlos mentioned that KEKE was on a mission at Kimmy's barbecue, and Tisha ignored her. And that's to her credit? No, that's to her detriment. She shouldn't have ignored her. Okay, when somebody keep trying to talk to you and keep trying to talk to you and keep trying to talk to you and you just ignoring them and being rude and like, child, what do you expect? Okay, what do you expect? The least that Tisha could have said to KEKE was, hey, we'll talk about this later off camera. We'll talk about it later, I would have respected that, but to outright ignore KEKE, I always felt like that was wrong. That was disrespectful. And Stormy, saw that the same way. KEKE tells Carlos when she's ignored, she gets triggered. Carlos asked the cast when they saw how KEKE acted at the barbecue, did they immediately think that she was back on drugs? And of course, Marceau, by himself, honey, said yes. And see, this is my issue with Marceau and TISHA. They want people to only have this opinion of KEKE, of her being an addict, of her being addicted. Like, KEKE crazy. Like, with or without whatever pills, honey. KEKE don't play. Okay? Like, she has a very no-nonsense, high-strung personality. That's what that is. But they want to embarrass KEKE and weaponize her past, use it against her. They want to limit KEKE, and they don't want other people to respect her, to trust her. They want to make it look like, yeah, she's just on drugs. She's just crazy, and, she's still on drugs after all this time. I don't care what that test says. I didn't like how Carlos got to talking about the drug test and, was she on the, she, I guess, was taking methadone, but she tested, I guess, negative for it. And Carlos was like, how is that possible? You're on it. She had passed, I guess, everything else. So they felt like the drug test was rigged. Melody mentioned she was right there with KEKE when she did the test. So it wasn't fake. She didn't use fake pee. I didn't like all of that, you guys. I was like, pass the damn test. Why don't you pass a damn test, Marceau? Take a lie detector test instead of that fake ass lie detector where you was asking yourself questions. Okay, make that make sense. TISHA tells another lie about KEKE still being on drugs, and I didn't believe it because why would KEKE tell you? Why would she tell you about something about her drug use, knowing how you all like to use stuff against her? I don't think it's believable. Like, TISHA, girl, get your lies together. TISHA was looking away as she said it, which is a sign that somebody is lying, in my opinion. It's like, girl, your lie, it don't even make sense. I felt like Carlos was kind of allowing, like, TISHA to get away with her lies. Like, child, let's get her to take a lie detector test. Okay, I would love it. I would love it. KEKE said whatever she told TISHA, that happened like 5 or 6 years ago. And I am more inclined to believe that. I don't see that happening a year ago. And, y'all have this history with you all where y'all don't get along. Y'all don't really trust each other. I'm not about to spill my beans to somebody I barely trust. And no, none of it makes sense. It's not believable. Maurice mentioned that he felt like KEKE threw the drink because she was looking for a moment. Oh, shut up, shit. You always looking for a moment for everything to be about you and your sex life. Okay? Kimmy gets to saying that she found, KEKE's behavior at the barbecue to be suspicious. She was jittery. She was sweaty. I was like, oh, Kimmy. Oh, you ain't no good. Shit, you must have signed your damn rights away with that Scott contract, honey, of always taking TISHA's side. Oh, they also mentioned that as of the air date of this episode, no charges have been filed against Keke Jabbar in connection with the Crime Stoppers segment, which I'm thinking is a whole bunch of buffoonery, honey, at this point. Marceau tells Carlos that he has picked up Keke several times, off the side of the road. She was so high, and child, I don't believe nothing Marceau says. He's a liar. Okay, and a denier. He be deflecting, just like his wife. Keke tells Carlos that her husband had took her kids from her, and that's the only reason why she called Marceau, to help her out. So it's just like, yeah, this relationship is toxic. These people just want to make KEKE look like this addict, this irresponsible. It's just unhealthy. I still want KEKE to come back to the show, though. I adore KEKE. I love her. Oh, her husband didn't take the kids. I kept thinking she said kids. She said keys. Okay? Her husband, I guess, took her keys, and I guess she was walking and needed a ride or something. But, child, Marceau, I don't believe nothing that you say. Marceau says that he has had to leave work multiple times to come and pick KEKE up when her husband wouldn't do it, her mother, when everybody abandoned her and neglected her, honey, and her own family. He was there for her. So Carlos asked TISHA, what were your thoughts when you saw KEKE on Crime Stoppers? TISHA got to saying, she got to asking, like, why was she steal a lock? And then KEKE got to saying, I didn't steal a lock. I would be in jail. And then TISHA got to saying, well, he asked me a question. And shut up, TISHA. You keep trying to allude that KEKE is a thief. We know you are the thief. You are the copy and paste queen. Okay? So Carlos mentioned that he wants to support KEKE on her, journey to sobriety. Now, was it me, or was he trying to allude to the fact that maybe she may still be on drugs? Like, make it make sense, Carlos. What is you doing? It just seemed like the Scotts, the Knots, they was protected this whole damn reunion. They were not, like, asked about any of the lawsuits that's out here about them. Like, it irritated me, you guys. So Miss Nell and Chris, they are out there now. Chris and Carlos, they do some little dance, honey, because y'all know that Mr. Chris, honey, is popular on the TikTok. He liked to dance, okay? I thought that was cute. They get to talking about Martell's package of him dating Sheree. We got Big Lou and Tiffany. They out there, too. So Carlos asks, Hook-headed, is him and Sheree still together? He says they were never together. They were friends. But why did you make a big deal out of Tiffany asking Sheree all those questions if y'all wasn't really together? Okay? So, child, a lie don't care who tell it. Okay? Like I said, I never believed their relationship. I always knew, all these two got in common, honey, is they both like to lift weights and run on the treadmill. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I seen. Did y'all see how Tiffany's face dropped when Martell said that him and Sheree wasn't never together? Go back and look at Big Lou's face. They like, this nigga be lying? This nigga be lying. Kimmy mentioned that she felt like Martell and Sheree's relationship was mainly a business relationship. And she felt that way because she didn't see the warm fuzzies. They didn't really hug or kiss or show any, PDA. Martell, hook-headed hoe, honey, tells Kimmy and Maurice, well, I ain't never seen y'all kiss either. I only seen y'all kiss like once. Nigga, shut up. You just trying to get it up off of you, okay? Child, why was Marceau trying to be all lovey-dovey with TISHA? And he asked her for a kiss and she said no. Ooh, child, TISHA is a different woman, honey. You better give in to that man. He gonna let you have it at home, honey. He gonna go back to ignoring you and your needs, okay? It was very weird for Carlos to ask Martell about this fake ass relationship with Sheree, because Carlos, you knew the shit was fake. Okay, like why we doing this? You knew it was fake. Martell hook-headed hoe, he says he didn't even want to be on Sheree's show, which is a lie. Okay, which is a lie. Fool, you are narcissistic. You want the spotlight. You want the attention on you. He got to lying, talking about, well, she didn't get nothing from me. I ain't get nothing from her. Now, maybe she didn't get nothing from you, but you damn sure benefited from being filmed with her. Okay, you got more publicity. Okay. You get to say that I filmed for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You get to brag about that for the rest of your day. So, child, you need to cut it. Cut it out. Tiffany gets on hook-headed for him coming at her about, Sheree and all the questions she asked Sheree. And Tiffany is just like, if you knew that you guys weren't really dating, like, why did you make such a big deal out of the questions I was asking her? And Marceau says, yeah, you did come at her rather aggressively. Martell says that Tiffany was being very disrespectful to Sheree by asking her the questions, she was asking her. I feel like Tiffany clocked in that day because y'all had went out on break for a long, long time. Well, nobody really clocked in on the show, but Tiffany clocked in, okay, and kept the show alive, honey. Tiffany did her job. Oh, Big Lou mentioned that it shouldn't have took two men to check one woman about, the questions that Tiffany had asked Sheree, and I agree with Big Lou, okay? Marceau was just gaslighting and being messy, He had nothing to do with the situation. Did y'all catch hook-headed talking about he would never marry Sheree, but then you lie so much. Like you mentioned on the show that you wouldn't mind marrying Sheree. She is marriage material. Okay, the lies. Marceau mentions that he wanted to get Louis involved. And Louis said, honey, that was after y'all talked to my wife for about 30 minutes. Carlos asks Tiffany, is she offended when people call her a Karen? And she says, it is very offensive. Marceau says that he calls Tiffany a Karen not because she acts white. He calls her that because she acts like a Karen. And she does. She likes to cry wolf and play the victim after she did some messy bullshiggity, honey. They asked Marceau what's the definition of a Karen. He gets to saying it's somebody that puts their opinion above everybody else's. That's what you do in your household, nigga, with that puppet that you wear, okay? Carlos asks Martell why did he stop seeing Sheree, and he says that he wanted to refocus himself on his business and his children. Carlos says Sheree said, honey, that y'all stopped seeing each other because she couldn't deal with all the negative press that you kept getting. Okay, your ass stayed in the headlines. Hook-headed? So Carlos asks Martell hook-headed, Holt, is it hard for you to date other women because you still have feelings for your ex-wife? I felt like that was a dumb question because this nigga had a whole wife and then had a side chick and got the side chick pregnant. I mean, do it look like he cares? Okay. Nell chimed in that Martell mentioned to her that, he still had feelings for Melody.
Absolutely. I know his raggedy ass still want to be with me. He better go get that Bernstein bear. Because God told me to go, girl. I ain't coming back to the burning house. Oh, hell nah.
I love Miss Nell's dress and her hair. And she reiterated, honey, that Martell said that, he would change all his ways, honey, just to be back with Melody.
That's the kind of stuff that I be hearing too. Absolutely.
They talk about the name change ceremony. Martell Hook-Headed Holt, honey, says he don't understand why Melody changed her name out the blue. Because she doesn't want to be affiliated with the burning house that you put her in. Okay?
Why does it even matter to you? I'm just curious, that's all. Martell has said little things to me I'd have seen too, so it wasn't just for the cameras.
So Marceau blurts out, or are you scared that you would, get in trouble, with your wife? Because Carlos kept grilling Martell, like, why do you keep saying, to all these people that you still in love with Melody, you didn't told her, you didn't told Miss Nell. But I'm like, who is his wife? Not the Ooga Booga that's on the first floor, that's on the bench. She's not a wife. Now, if he did marry that girl, it's only to get under Mel's skin, but I don't believe it at all. Okay, but like I said, he is petty like that. Okay.
There you go. Thank you, Marceau. Thank you. Absolutely.
Carlos asks Martell Hook-Headed Holt, are you in a relationship with your child's mother? Martell says, no, he's single. She just on the bench. Marceau, he is so messy. He says, does she think y'all in a relationship? That would be yes. Absolutely. Yeah, she think they is some type of relationship, honey. Y'all know that girl is delusional. Delulu. Okay?
I feel like Martell is lying. I feel like they are in a relationship because, she always around my kids. It doesn't hurt me that she's around my children more than anything. I go in protective mode. I'm never going to trust someone that adored my family setup so much. She came in between my family, of course, with the help of his raggedy ass. It does bother me that my children are around somebody that has said such nasty and vile things about their mother.
And then you got Hook-Headed. What about all the people you have them around and, you ain't no better? Shut up, nigga. Shut up. You had 11 babysitters. That's all you got, nigga. At least she didn't get pregnant by another man while she was married to you. Okay, like, yo, Shiggity Martell is worse.
Oh my God, you see how he defends her? For years, this girl has tried to torture me and come in between, our marriage.
And I was looking at Martell's face, and he had such a look of satisfaction, you guys, and it really disgusted me. Because it looked like, just go back and watch it, how Melody is talking about how Ariane has made her feel, throughout the years. Martell looks satisfied, like, yeah, we hurt her. We did that. That's what I wanted, and I don't like that. That's not cool at all. And that's how I know he's evil.
See, here's the thing. I've never had over 11 people watching my children. That's a lie.
Martell gets to saying, yeah, it's in the paperwork. And Mel said, oh, I know what's in the paperwork. Okay? It's also in the paperwork that you had a business relationship with Sheree. I was like, ooh, child, spill that tea, Mel. So this nigga, he get to run it off stage, honey. I thought that damn suit was about to, he was going to break out of that suit. He scurries off the stage, honey, to get the paperwork because he got to prove every damn thing. If you wouldn't lie so damn much, you wouldn't have to prove shiggity.
Please go get it.
You such a lie, man. You be lying all the time.
Please go get it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Go get the paperwork.
Marceau gets on Melody about, you sat up here while Carlos asked Martell all them questions about him and Sheree's relationship, and it was already a business arrangement, honey. You knew the whole time. Well, Marceau, you sit up and lie, okay? Like, what about your behavior? Do y'all see how Marceau is always calling somebody else out, but him and his wife, they're always deflecting and projecting, okay?
Yeah, because I've been knowing that they had a business arrangement.
Child, Martell come back to the stage, honey. I thought he was gonna bust up out that suit. Damn, them pants is tight. Shit, did you get that shit from Forever 21? Like, where the hell? Where you shopping at, gal? Okay, is you getting them clothes at Justice, honey? I know that no men make that suit, honey. Okay, child.
Go to the page where my attorney asks you about your relationship with Sheree. Go find the page, nigga. Go on and find it. Don't talk about my boy.
Miss Marlene, honey, she at home having a fit.
Don't talk about that man. That's a good man. So what? He used Sheree. So what? Everybody else done used her. Big Bob, Brother Ty, Tyrone. Martell, you are the lowest of the low.
Man, you out here making me look horrible out here. Nigga, you the one that decided to cheat on your wife, lie to your wife. You had a baby with a ooga booga. Like, you the one did all of that. Carlos trying to calm him down, honey, because Martell about to bust out that suit. So they talk about Tiffany's postpartum depression after having the baby. Tiffany says that she found out after sharing her story, so many women go through postpartum depression. The whole cast, they, supported her, especially with her quitting the show. Carlos says she is always welcome to come back. Last but not least, honey, we got Miss Betty and Cousin Junior. Okay? They played the clip of Miss Betty trying to check Melody and not correcting the mellow meters, about, accusing somebody of recording her in her home. I guess, the mellow meters was saying that it was stormy, and Miss Betty is all in her feelings that Melody did not correct them. Miss Betty has been a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey, since season 1. And she feel like Melody be up in these Facebook groups, not correcting people on what really happened, in real life. And I'm just like, Miss Betty, you need to mind your damn business and stay in your damn lane. I don't like this attitude of, I need to check Melody and I need to, put her in her place. I don't like that energy. Stormy felt like Melody was insinuating that it was her that recorded her in her home. Melody says that more than Stormy was in her home. I guess maybe, I don't know if Destiny, was they still cool at that time? I guess she has some other people in her home too. Stormy's issue is she felt like Melody should have corrected the people that was insinuating that it was her that recorded her in her home. Stormy says that Melody didn't really do anything about the situation until Miss Betty blew up about it on social media, and then Melody got to saying, well, why is she even blowing up about this situation? Exactly. She need to stay out of it. That's why your own sister don't like your ass, okay?
You could have called me, Stormy, and say, hey, Mel, they think it's me.
What y'all think about that? Get in the comments. Let me know, how you feel about that. Stormy says that she didn't have Melody's number. Okay. Yeah, that is look, that could be true because Melody do be changing her number because of that crazy ass, psychotic ass man, her ex. Okay. So Stormy says that Melody's mellow meters tried to get her products taken off the shelf. all of this whole situation, I guess it was bad for her business. So Melody says, so from my one tweet, you know, she denied everything, and Stormy was like, you say you didn't see it, but I know you did. So there's, you know, some friction with these two. They are not friends. They don't see it for each other. Stormy got to talking about how she works so hard, you know, for her business. And I don't know. I don't know. It just seemed like this rival between the two. You know, do y'all think that Stormy want to be the only one with products that, you know, but Stormy, you know, she was a millionaire, honey, before she got on the show. How do y'all feel about this?
Miss Betty, you got enough going on with your own family. You need to take care of that.
Child, Miss Betty gets on Melody for still arguing with Martell after all these years. They done been divorced. Child, he's still on the show. He's still a damn headache. Then she tell Melody to mind her business. I'm like, girl, you crazy. Child, Stormy tells her mother to be quiet. Betty. Miss Betty tells Mel any age can get it. Ooh, child, you is messy, Miss Betty. So the episode ends with Melody and Betty still going back and forth. Melody get to telling Miss Betty to repeat what she said about her and Hook-Headed going back and forth. Miss Betty starts laughing. Melody calls her a demon, and the episode goes off, honey. And this episode was good. Anyways, you guys, that's all I got to say about all of that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.